What's going on YouTube? I'm AJ, and today I'm going to do a little mod review specifically on the Monsoon Tactical Mini Genghis Komp that I had done on my personal Staccato CS. Now, I did a full review on this gun a little while back prior to modding, and to say the least, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's a great option for a high-performance everyday carry pistol. Generally speaking, this is the smallest gun I've found that I can run similar times that I would get on different drills with my full-size pistols. But even with all that performance in such a small compact package, there's always room for improvement. The number one gripe I most commonly hear about the Staccato CS is that it feels snappy in the hand. Now, that's relative, but things can always be optimized. As for mine, I've looked into modifying it in a few different ways. Initially, I'd planned on going with a compensator from either DSC or having a custom one made, but that would have added about a ½ inch of overall footprint to the pistol, and the more I thought about it, the more I didn't want to increase the overall size. And so then I dialed things back to looking at porting. Now for the CS, there's not a lot of porting options available on the market, and this is largely due to the fact that it's got a very small 3.5 inch barrel. You don't have a lot of area to port. The main two options I was between was Monsoon Tactical's Mini Genghis Komp and DSC's V6 porting. Now, I've used DSC in the past with his V8 porting. It works phenomenal. It's very loud, but his turnaround time is great, and I've always been very happy with it. But I was also interested in giving Monsoon a try. And if I'm being completely honest, I really like the aesthetic of his work. So back at the end of January this year, reached out to Vinny, placed the order. I really like how he does his lead time system, where I didn't have to send the parts in until he was ready to actually work on them. That way, because this is my carry gun, I was able to keep it in hand and only wound up having him have the gun in his possession for about 3 weeks. So in that regard, Vinny was very easy to work with. As far as the quality of the work itself, I was actually very impressed. The machining is very clean. The Cerakote job is excellent. Overall, the work itself exceeded my expectations. So let's head over to the tabletop, take a little bit closer look at the aforementioned work. Alright, just taking a little bit closer look at the Mini Genghis Komp. So as you can see, it's a chunk port style Mini Komp on top, through the slide. He moves the front sight back. It doesn't have fiber optic on it just because that's how I run my fiber optic fronts. It's dirty because I just got done shooting it. But there's the hole in the barrel itself. It is backboard, so there's no rifling in this portion right here. The machine work is very clean. The slide's been Cerakoted. It matches the anodizing and DLC that Staccato provides from the factory very well. Still running the factory recoil spring assembly in it, though I'll be looking into changing that for a lightweight assembly. That's the Mini Genghis Komp. But does it shoot? Quite nicely. First thing I did upon receiving the pistol back was re-zero it. I found it was shooting about 3 inches high at 15 yards, but from a bench rest was still laying down very nice grooves. The recoil impulse was soft, and the gun's return felt noticeably more controllable than prior to sending the gun out. The mod really showed its value on the 5x50 drill, running a, surprisingly quick for me, 3.32, and backing it up with plate racks in the 250 range, about a second quicker than I can run them with my modded P365s. Alright, final thoughts on the Mini Genghis Komp. So, when I first shot this pistol, which was from a bench rest just to re-zero it, my initial impressions were that of slight disappointment. I didn't feel like the recoil had been reduced very much, and I was kind of regretting not going with DSC's V6 ports. But, upon bringing the gun back out to the range, and actually doing a full session with it, I found those concerns were misplaced. The gun actually shoots very nicely. Specifically, with my defense loads, which are Federal 147 grain HSTs. The effectiveness of the Mini Komp were very noticeable on strings of fire at distance, specifically the 5x50, as well as running the plate rack. I really liked how the gun returned to zero, and overall had a very nice recoil impulse. The only hangups I did have with the pistol were failure to lock back when using my training ammo, which was, for that session, American Eagle 147 grain. With the HSTs that did lock back, I'm probably going to look into a reduced power recoil spring assembly for general use, but outside of that, no issues with feeding or anything. As far as remaining mods for my little CS, that's actually probably going to do it. I'm very happy with the package. I'm happy with the quality of Vinny's work, and I'm happy with his turnaround time and the way he conducts his business. So, if it's something you're looking into, I hope that helps you out. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.